5 minutos. ¿Cómo estáis para tirar ya el...? Ah, ya está ahí en vivo. Estamos en vivo, Javier. Go. So Sam, I'm gonna translate your answers. So keep some space between our talking. Muy buenos días, ¿cómo están todos? Bienvenidos a este espacio, hablemos de performance. Hello, Alex. Today we have a very special guest, live from UK. We are with Sam Roach here. Estamos con Sam Roach, director y fundador de Racingline Performance. Sam, good morning or good afternoon for you. How are you doing?
Bienvenido a todo. I think that's all my Spanish. Good morning to everybody.
I'm sure you have more Spanish. I'm sure you have more Spanish than that.
Un poquito solo.
Oh, solo un poquito. Very good. ¿Se escucha bien, amigos de Instagram? Confírmenme si se escucha bien, si Sam se escucha bien. ¿Ah? Confírmenme ahí en los comentarios. People are asking, nice ass. Of course, not yours, but the car behind you.
Oh, sure. This is one of our development cars. This is the Audi RS5 here in our dyno cell, having a quiet time so I can speak to you.
Perfecto. Nos cuenta que tiene un RS5 que están haciendo desarrollos y algunas pruebas. Sam, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for being here with us. We met at SEMA last year. How was that experience for you? Nos conocimos en SEMA el año pasado y le estoy preguntando qué le pareció el SEMA a él. Yes.
Well, Felipe, as you know, it's the best show in the world. So for us to come from UK, and just if you love cars, there's nothing like it. So it was a fantastic experience.
Nos dice que es el mejor show, la mejor feria en el mundo, y estar ahí para alguien que le gustan los autos es una experiencia fantástica. Well, let's start this conversation. Vamos a partir esta conversación. And I already introduced you, but I would like you to introduce your company. I have told this many times, the history many times, but nothing better than you to tell us the whole story. Nos va a contar un poco de la historia de Racingline. Yo les he contado en los live un poco de dónde viene la empresa, cómo nace, pero qué mejor que nos cuente Sam Roach himself telling us this story.
Well, so Racingline story started in 1997 when the company started as Volkswagen Motorsport UK. It was owned by the Volkswagen factory in Wolfsburg to run all of the national and some international rally motorsport programs.
Perfect. Nos cuenta que Racingline, la historia de Racingline parte del 97 como parte dentro de Volkswagen UK en la división deportiva, específicamente en el rally. Yes.
So we had then the Golf 3 rally car, and then we moved to the Golf 4 rally car, the most beautiful car of all. And then we moved to a Polo rally car in those early days. And then I had the chance to buy the company from Volkswagen in Germany. So a very lucky chance for me.
Nos dice que partieron desarrollando los MK4 para rally y después pasaron al Polo de rally, y ahí él compra esta división deportiva a Volkswagen Alemania y él pasa a ser como independiente y queda él a cargo de la área de motorsport para Volkswagen. So after that,
yeah, for 10 years we were just running racing cars, rally cars. We were building them here in the workshop. We were preparing parts for new cars. And we always tried to make the latest new Volkswagen. So we had Golf 5, we had Golf 6, we had Scirocco, we had some diesel cars, and we had TSI cars. So a real mixture of cars that we ran here from the workshop.
Y desde ahí han ido desarrollando distintos modelos, Tiguan, Scirocco, Diesel, y han estado desarrollando para toda la gama, tanto Volkswagen como Audi.
And then that's really how the parts side that we are speaking about today, that is how it was born. So we were making parts for our new race cars, and more customers wanted to buy the race car parts. And we were kind of busy like a race team. So we sold a few to a few friends, a few of the race teams, but we didn't sell too many out seriously to the market.
Y fueron desarrollando partes de carrera. Ese es como la esencia, el core de Racingline. Y de a poco fueron llevando estas piezas, estas partes a otros modelos, a distintos amigos, a distintas, fuera del equipo de carrera. Y de ahí se fueron metiendo un poco en into street performance.
Yeah, so really then for the last 10 years now, we have started taking it more seriously to make parts that are great for high performance road cars, not just race cars. So this is really how our business has changed. So now we don't make very many race cars. We still supply all of the TCR race cars and we have our own, but we are now much more a performance parts company than a race team.
Y ahora han mutado un poco, ya hace 10 años han estado desarrollando más piezas, no tanto para un equipo, sino que ellos mantienen sus TCR, que vamos a hablar de eso, los TCR cars, y han estado mutando no tanto de un equipo de carreras como nació la empresa, sino que una empresa que hace piezas y piezas de performance.
So really, it's been a great history with Volkswagen, with Audi, with Seat, with Skoda. We've done a lot of work with them for the years. We still do, we do a lot of other things that maybe people don't know about for work. Just last 3 weeks, we have been doing the launch for the ID3 electric Volkswagen.
Mm-hmm.
So we have an events team here, so completely away from motorsport. The launch of their new electric car, which is kind of exciting for everybody to see, because I guess it's the future, if we like it or not.
Han hecho muchas cosas con Volkswagen y por supuesto con Audi, con Seat, con Skoda, pero han ido ya desarrollando otras cosas, dice ahí cosas que a lo mejor la gente no sabe, y han estado desarrollando y han estado muy metidos en temas de autos eléctricos. Electric cars is the future, the living future.
Yeah, I think we're all car people, aren't we? We're all a bit nervous of electric cars, all very nervous of losing our internal combustion engines, but I guess we have to change. So we have ordered an ID3. We will get it as soon as possible, and we will see what we can do with it.
Well, we are all nervous here as well, because with electric cars, who wants to buy the, I don't know how many millions exhaust system, for example?
Yeah.
Nos cuenta un poco que han tenido que cambiar y evolucionar tal cual como ha ido cambiando el mundo automotriz, y están un poco haciendo las piezas, el desarrollo para autos eléctricos también.
But there's some interesting things with the ID3, that might be exciting. It's rear-wheel drive, so that's a big difference for us with Volkswagens and Audis.
Uh-huh.
Really, it's rear-wheel drive, and with the batteries under the floor, it has a very, very low center of gravity. So, maybe there are some exciting things. If we can make it go faster, it's an interesting chassis.
Está trabajando en el ID3, que es un auto eléctrico y que tiene tracción trasera. Comenta que es como un nuevo desafío y una cosa interesante que hace Volkswagen.
So maybe a drift car.
You can drift with that.
Mm-hmm.
Se van ahora a enfocar un poco al drift. Well, we've been talking about the Racingline history. We're gonna talk later about the recent chapter on Racingline history. So before that, congratulations for the new achievement and the new chapter of your company.
Mm. Yeah, so it's a very, very exciting week for us that we have announced that we have joined the Euro Motor Parts Group in California. alongside great brands like 034 Motorsport and MP, which is probably one of the oldest tuning companies for Volkswagen in the world, right back to the first air-cooled Beetles.
Yo los felicito por su nuevo capítulo, porque esta semana anunciaron algo muy importante para la empresa. Lo vamos a comentar más tarde. Nos adelanta aquí que se unieron, hicieron un merge, un joint venture con empresas importantes de California, de Estados Unidos. We're going to discuss that later.
Sure.
So, what would you say now is the core business of Racingline?
Well, it's the performance parts side that
Performance.
you know, and I know a lot of your viewers will, I hope, know about now. This is the development from our motorsport side into fast road cars, track cars, and race cars still. So this is our passion. This is what we love doing, and this is what we are pushing all the time to be better at, to be bigger at, and have more products for more cars to make them go faster and drive harder.
Bueno, le pregunto cuál es el core business, lo principal, el enfoque que tiene Racingline, y nos dice, por supuesto, y como tú lo sabes, y como tú también, es el performance parts, las partes que mejoran las prestaciones y de hacer autos más rápidos y mejores. Y lo dice con mucha pasión. When we first met at SEMA, I really enjoyed sharing time with you, talking with you, because I could feel that passion. You just said we have this passion for performance, and I felt like we made some connection, because when you cross in your life with some people with the same passion, it's like a nice moment, a nice I don't know how to describe it. What do you think about?
Exactly right. You know, we all have this same problem. I'm sure your viewers have the same problem. If we could all just get normal jobs and not have this passion, life would be much easier, much quieter. But we have this problem, don't we? We want cars like this. And when we have cars like this, we want them to go faster and better. So yeah, listen, if we didn't feel this passion, we shouldn't be in this business. So Felipe, this is why we enjoy dealing with you so much.
Yeah, bueno, le comentaba que cuando nos juntamos, nos conocimos en el SEMA y pudimos compartir visiones, experiencias, pude ver y compartir su pasión por el tema. Y él me dice que, claro, a lo mejor sería más fácil estar en un trabajo normal o aburrido, pero no hay pasión. Y aquí, con los autos, hay mucha pasión. Y por supuesto que él también vio eso de parte nuestra cuando nos reunimos. You know, for Volkswagen Group, and especially, let's say, Golf, there are many brands. It's probably the most aftermarket car, if you can say that, right? Le digo que para el grupo VAG, para Volkswagen, hay muchas marcas que hacen muchas cosas aftermarket, y probablemente Golf sea hoy día, Golf GTI, sea hoy día el auto con más posibilidades de upgrade. So with those many brands in the market, why Racingline? What's the special about Racingline?
It's a good question. And, you know, there are so many good competitors out there. There are so many competitors that we respect what they do, and they have some real cool products. Of course, there are others that I think, you know, a car as good as the MQB, Golf 7, Audi S3, cars like this deserve real high quality parts because they're good cars. So I think some parts maybe are not of that quality. But for us, it's about taking that motorsport experience that we've had for all these years and trying to bring that approach to an OEM standard of engineering. That's what we stand for, to try and make the highest quality parts that actually work like motorsport parts. There's a real engineering difference to what we do. If the car is not better when you fit our parts, then it's not a good part and we don't make it.
Bueno, le pregunto, con todas estas marcas que hay, con toda la gama de opciones, ¿por qué Racingline? ¿Qué hace Racingline especial y distinto? ¿Por qué habría que elegir el Racingline? Primero dice, es una buena pregunta. Por supuesto, of course, we only ask good questions here. Y nos dice que teniendo un Golf, que es un muy buen auto, ellos se enfocan mucho en la experiencia que tiene el cliente, en la alta calidad de los productos, y que existe una diferencia en la forma de generar los productos, porque están muy asociados, muy enfocados y muy ayudados por el tema de las carreras, el tema de estar en la pista, de tener un propio equipo de carrera. Entonces pueden desarrollar productos de carrera con una ingeniería y un proceso superior a uno de calle, y llevar eso también a la calle. So let's talk a little bit about products, because you said high quality products. Vamos a hablar un poco de los productos, porque Sam nos comentó de la alta calidad de los productos. This is a hard question. I'm sure nobody asked you before. What's your favorite Racingline product? I have mine. Let's say two. Little easier.
Our intake, the R600 intake, I think has to be my favorite product that we make.
El intake R600 dice que es su producto. Le pregunté cuáles son sus productos favoritos. Vamos a hablar del intake R600. That's a really nice product. We just yesterday they arrived 2 of them here, so we are happy to have back in stock the R600.
But it's been such a successful product for us. When we first made it, when this car was new, when the platform was new, it for us was such a big investment, because we have to buy the tools to do the injection molding of the plastic. That was hundreds of thousands of pounds, hundreds of thousands of dollars to do. And we were nervous, we were very frightened. We said we had to sell at least 1,000 intakes to cover the cost, just to cover the cost.
Oof.
Now we have done about 15,000 of these intakes.
Oof.
So the success of that product has been amazing. But for me, it looks great. It's the quality of an OEM part, but most important, it genuinely performs, and it will genuinely work for a 600 horsepower engine with the filtration that we've got. It's the best product we make. I love it.
So which one would you say is the best part, or the Racingline signature part of that product? Let's say the scoops, let's say the filter, the OEM design. What's the best part of this great product?
You've just answered the question by asking it. All of those things, and this is what I think our products will do best. There are some products that perform very, very well. There are some products that look great, but maybe don't perform so good. There are some products that fit very well or are beautifully made, but maybe haven't got the performance or the appearance. That's why I'm so proud of it. This product does everything. You know, it is the best quality, I think, of all of the intakes. It's the best fit. It has the most OEM appearance and quality to it. And it has got the giant filter that really gives the power increases that we want. That, I think, is the most important thing I can say. It is all of those things together. It's no one thing. It's each of those things that makes it the right product for this car, I think. So that's my most proud product. That's a really, really good thing.
Le pregunto cuáles son sus productos favoritos, y me dice que la inducción R600, que ya la hemos conversado, ustedes ya la conocen, nos dice que el desarrollo de esa inducción fue muy importante y de mucha incertidumbre, porque tenían que vender 1.000 inducciones para cubrir los costos del desarrollo, y hoy día ya han vendido 15.000. Entonces ha sido un éxito y un tremendo producto, muy bien desarrollado. Se llama R600 porque realmente funciona para 600 caballos. No es que tú pongas la inducción y tienes 600 caballos, pero te sirve para, con las otras modificaciones, lograr los 600 caballos. Yo le pregunto qué es lo que más le gusta, qué es lo que hace distinta esta inducción, y si es los scoops, si es el filtro, que es gigante, o el look OM. Y me dice, tú lo has respondido, los tres, porque hemos logrado un producto redondo. Hay otras marcas que son buenos en una cosa, buenos en otra cosa. Este tiene todos estos elementos que lo hacen un tremendo producto, y su producto favorito. What other product?
Yeah, plug my power in.
You're dying.
Yeah, power is dying. Sorry.
Oh. Now you're live.
We're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what other product? I said two to make it easy.
You did. Okay, I'm going to say the other one I really love is our oil catch can and oil management kit. Now, same sort of thing. This is a really, really functional product. We went to visit Volkswagen Motorsport in Hanover in Germany, just when the MQB platform development was starting with TCR cars. And we worked with the engineers then because we were aware of the oil starvation problem that you get on these cars at high speeds, on track, when you're braking very, very hard.
Ajá. El otro producto que él le canta y que recomienda mucho, que de su favorito, es el Oil Catch Can. Y yo me sorprendí porque justamente era algo de lo que yo también le iba a comentar. For me, is the best oil catch can in the market. You just said some features, but also I still don't have it for my car, but I saw some reviews, some videos, and it's the perfect definition of perfect fit. Do you agree?
Yes, I agree. It's a bit like we were saying before. I think it looks really cool. That's great. But more important, it works. And I see so many other catch cans kits for this engine, and they don't replace the PCV on the top of the engine. Now, for me, that's crazy. You know, I don't understand, because for us, we have to have that oil control, which moves the oil back down into the sump of the engine when you're braking hard on track. Otherwise, you get the smoke, and eventually the engine will fail. We've lost 2 engines before we developed this kit.
Wow. Bueno, nos dice que tuvieron que desarrollar esto en conjunto con Volkswagen en Hannover, en Alemania, y mostraban que este motor con hard braking, con frenando muy fuerte, presentaba estos problemas y empezaba a humear. ¿Ya? Por eso el Oil Catch Can, y es un Oil Management System, porque es más completo, es más que un Oil Catch Can. This is more than a simple oil catch can. I'm explaining that. Entonces, esa frenada brusca y ese humo que sale, que ha sido característico, de hecho lo hemos visto en algunos track days, en algunos Golf GTI, es muy malo y puede dañar el motor. Nos dice que ellos dañaron 2 motores antes de lograr diseñar el definitivo. We have some interactive here with some of our viewers. For example, Motorworks, one of our distributors, he's saying hi, and he's saying, "You've got such an awesome company, Sam." Oh. I have to tell you that.
Thank you so much.
Gracias, Motorworks.
Makes it all perfect, makes it all worthwhile when I hear that from customers and our dealers.
Yeah, how is that? Imagine from the other side of the world, from some guys from Chile, they said, "Hey, my company is awesome." How cool is that?
I can't tell you. It's the best feeling. It makes it all worthwhile.
Nos dice que este feedback y que al otro lado del mundo, en Chile, unos muchachos digan que su empresa es la raja, es una sensación súper buena, súper bonita. Love the clean design and people-friendly products. Another. So Racingline, it's getting well known here since we've been developing the brand.
Yes, it's only a year for Chile, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, let me tell you about my favorite products.
Yeah.
Because this is a conversation, not just an interview, right?
Yeah.
I love the rear brace for the GTI. It's a kind of think out of the box product.
Yeah.
And that's like a signature of Racingline. To think out of the box, not the common upgrades, the intake, the exhaust system, the whatever, but you have crazy stuff like the rear brace.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Trying to think of different things, things that these cars do need and do benefit from. And again, it's a little bit of a motorsport thing to try and make a stiffer shell. That rear brace is a great example. But I think, again, our engineer Simon has designed this so intelligently. There's no drilling into the car. The rear seats still work and it looks beautiful. So and it's all of these different pieces together. It works. It looks great.
It looks great. So it's a perfect mix between function and great look, and also I have to say, good price. It's a high price because it's a quality brand. It's a luxury brand, but it's not unaffordable, if I can say.
That's what we try to get to. You know, our parts will never be cheap because they're expensive to make and they're good materials and good finish. But we try everything we can to keep the price fair and low as we possibly can because we're all enthusiasts too, you know.
Perfecto. Bueno, le contaba que uno de mis productos favoritos es el rear brace, la barra que va detrás en el Golf, y la tenemos montado en nuestro Golf R. Y también él coincide que es un tremendo producto. Yo le decía que es un producto medio loco porque es distinto, no es el típico upgrade, y es un poco la firma que tiene esta marca de pensar fuera de la caja, think out of the box, como se dice, de hacer productos distintos, productos nuevos, y que tienen, además, cumplen con ser funcionales, funcionan, sirven, cumplen su cometido, pero además tienen detalles que lo hacen muy bonitos. Y yo además agrego de que no son extremadamente caros. Racingline nunca va a ser una marca barata porque son productos de mucha calidad, pero no son impagables, por así decirlo. I was really surprised, and that's why I gave my vote at SEMA Show on the Global Media Awards. Yo a ellos les entregué un premio en el Global Media Awards for one impressive product, the big brake kit with a special disc. It's like a Ferrari brake for a Golf. How crazy is that?
Yeah, so we are just about to, we have now the order in to make our first rotors, so they will be for public sale very soon. So we have about 10 kits around the world with some of our cars, with some customer cars, some dealer cars. So
send one here.
Testing. Yeah, we should. This is using a carbon ceramic matrix disc. It's so light, and the performance is unbelievable.
Bueno, yo le comentaba que otro de los productos que tienen esta lógica de pensar fuera de la caja es el kit de frenos que premiamos el año pasado. A mí me tocó ser jurado en el SEMA Show y ahí a Racingline le entregué un premio por este producto, que es un kit de frenos y que es un kit de freno como de un Ferrari con discos de carbón cerámico, y que está pensado para un Golf. Entonces, qué loco eso. Como, bueno, Racingline lo hace así. Sam, please tell me more about the TCR cars. Every time I surf your website, I get hypnotized of those cars. I really would like to have one of those.
Yeah,
tell me more about those cars.
Yeah, they're really, really cool. So it's interesting. There is the Volkswagen Golf TCR, GTI. There's the Seat Leon TCR, and there's the Audi. It is called RS3 TCR. It's an S3 TCR. So 3 different cars. It's very interesting. They are all made in the same factory in Spain. So they're all made by Seat Sport. So there's the Seat factory with Audis and Volkswagens coming out. But the cars are so impressive, so cool. But the nice thing, I think the thing why we love them so much, is they are quite close to our road cars. They're not completely different cars.
Bueno, le pregunto por los TCR. Racingline, además de desarrollar las piezas y venderte productos, ha desarrollado autos. Y tú puedes... you can buy those cars, right?
Correct.
Tú puedes comprar en la página web, tienen el precio, y tienen 3 tipos de autos que los han desarrollado en la fábrica de Seat en España, que es un Audi RS3, un Seat León y un Golf. Todos de carrera, completamente acondicionado y con un performance, Sam dijo, impressive. So those are race cars, not for street.
The same engines as our GTIs and our Golf Rs, and they have the same subframes, the same bodies. So, you know, I think that's really, really cool. That uses the same parts that we all have on on our enthusiast cars. It's not a completely different engine. It's not like a World Rally car. It's got relations to all of our cars.
Dice que lo cool de estos autos es que son bases de autos de fábrica, normales, de calle, y que han sido reacondicionados y que comparten lo mismo que los autos de calle, pero con sus piezas de performance. Y lo cool de eso es que esas piezas de performance para la pista, para un auto de grandes prestaciones, se han desarrollado, probados en estos autos para los autos de calle. Entonces tú puedes tener el TCR has the same oil management system that you are selling for the street car.
Yes.
Entonces están equipados con los productos que tú puedes hoy día comprar para tu auto de calle. Eso, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's incredible. How can you share that knowledge and prove it on a race car and make it safe for a street car?
Yeah. And you know, they are a lot of money. They're $150,000. But for a proper motorsport car, that's not expensive. So they are quite good value because they use so many fairly standard parts. So they are a very, very cool motorsport format.
Well, we are saving money. Maybe in 50 years we can achieve one of those.
Good idea. Instead of a house.
For UHP. Well, this week on Monday, I received a nice email telling us a big achievement of this brand. I will introduce our people this big info. Esta semana se anunció que Racingline hizo un joint venture, hizo una alianza muy importante con un conglomerado gringo en Estados Unidos, también muy importante. Could you please let us know some details on that merge and what would be the new horizons with this joint venture?
It's very, very exciting. You know, I have been running Racingline for 20 years since I bought it from Volkswagen, bought the company. And this now is the most significant moment in that history. Now we are moving to the next chapter for Racingline. So we have joined Euro Motor Parts Group with 034 Motorsports, very, very famous, respected company from California, and also MP as the oldest of Volkswagen tuners, also from California.
Two questions. Okay, let me translate that. Están muy excitados porque han logrado esta unión muy importante con Euro Motor Group, que tiene varias compañías. Una de esas 034 Motorsport, que es conocida en Estados Unidos, hacen hardware, hacen software. Y también con MP. MP es probablemente, would you say MP is the biggest car parts for Volkswagen in the US?
Air-cooled Volkswagen, yeah, I'm sure. Yes.
MP es el más grande, es el, voy a pasar la publicidad gratis, es como el Centrowagen más grande que hay en Estados Unidos, guardando las proporciones, donde Estados Unidos es un mercado tremendo. Two questions on this. No, just one. What you say now, Racingline being part with this Euromotor group, would be the biggest or more important aftermarket group for VAG autos, VAG group?
You know, I think quite possibly, with 034 as well as MP and now Racingline together. It's very, very strong group, and we have very, very big plans to grow and to have all of our dreams of all the products, all of the software we want to make. I hope now we can do it. We have the resources, we have the money that we've never had before to really, really push. It's exciting.
Bueno, le pregunto si ahora con esta unión este grupo podría ser o sería el más importante o el más grande desarrollador de aftermarket para los VAG, y me dice que sí, probablemente así sea, que ahora con estas grandes empresas van a poder hacer muchas más cosas. Hay una inyección de dinero importante, dice, para cumplir sueños. And the other, well, I thought of on parallel what happened with APR some years before, when a bigger group bought them, APR and Dynan.
Yes.
But it's not the same because the group is not focused on VAG.
Yeah.
Now all the companies are VAG oriented.
Yes, that is what we do now, all of us. We have old cars to new cars and everything in the middle. There are other examples, like you say, of companies that have been bought by other companies, but they're not specialists. They're not VAG specialists. They're not high performance specialists. They're not enthusiasts. So I think that's the thing that to me has been really exciting and makes my future feel very, very exciting.
Bueno, yo le hacía el paralelo y le comentaba que años atrás un grupo americano importante de empresas grandes compró APR y Dynan, pero no es lo mismo porque las otras empresas no son orientadas a VAG. En cambio aquí sí, son todas las empresas orientadas a VAG, entonces habla de la pasión y del entusiasmo y eso hace una gran diferencia. And the other question about this merge is how crazy, again, think out of the box, how crazy is to have 034 big competition of Racingline in the US working together. I mean, you have the sometimes same products, different oriented by maybe, but both have intakes. For example, how would you work together now?
That's a really good question. Now, in fact,
I told you only good question here.
When we look at 034 and we look at Racingline, there's not too much overlap. You know, you're right. There's some intakes, there's some suspension parts around the MQB cars. 034's specialism is a lot of the bigger Audis, the B8s, the B7s, even the older cars. For us, we have the MQB cars, but then we have smaller cars in Europe, like Polos and Volkswagen Ups and Seat Ibizas. So we have quite a lot of different products. You know, they go off in different directions. But for me, the way I've explained this is we should think of it a bit like Volkswagen Group. With some of the same basic components, you can make an Audi TT, or you can make a Volkswagen Golf, or you can make a Seat Tarraco, or you can make a Volkswagen Atlas. You know, so many different things that you can do with sharing some resources. And this is no problem. It's no problem that I can buy an Audi S3 or a Golf R. You know, this is great. People can choose. And I think the market is so big, there's no problem that we both have great intakes for an MQB car. Let customers choose.
Bueno, le pregunto cómo esto de que dos empresas que fueron rivales y que competían ahora van a trabajar en conjunto y desarrollar en conjunto. Y le pongo, por ejemplo, las dos empresas tienen intakes para el Golf GTI con distintos matices, pero los dos tienen productos que de alguna forma se pueden canibalizar, por así decirlo. Me dice, sí es cierto, pero esto es súper bueno, el mercado es bastante grande y se pueden hacer mejores desarrollos. Hay autos en Europa que no están en Estados Unidos, entonces se pueden hacer mejores productos para cada mercado y la gente puede elegir. Talking about new horizons, have you ever searched the possibility, and now that you said you can achieve your dreams, what about looking other brands, car brands like BMW or Porsche, for example?
No. I think I've always felt this. Our hearts are Volkswagen, Audi, Volkswagen Group. We understand these cars. We know what's underneath them. We know that this car is the same as this car. We understand this deep in our heads. We have relationships with the factories. We have relationships with the motorsport teams. We are specialists. You know, we understand these cars. We have talked before, should we look at BMW or Ford or I don't know. I think for me, that wouldn't be real. That wouldn't be true. We have our passion. We have our expert knowledge. And that is on these cars. This is on the Volkswagen Group cars. So for us, this is what we do. This is what this company was born for.
Keeping
we went and did something.
Keeping your core business.
Yeah. It's what we do. We shouldn't be greedy.
Le pregunto si con esta nueva idea y este nuevo para cumplir sus sueños y la inyección de dinero que van a tener, si han mirado otras marcas como BMW o Porsche. Y me dice, no, tajante, así, no. Y me explica un poco porque esta es su pasión, ellos entienden estos autos, ellos, el ADN de ellos es VAG, es Volkswagen. Meterse con otras marcas de repente no sería lo mismo. Dice, no somos tan ambiciosos como para hacerlo. But there is a thing, and that's why I asked you, there is a progression on some customers. Most of them goes through BMW or Porsche. First you get the Golf GTI, for example, then you go to some BMW. That's what I did. I went to the Golf GTI, then the 335 and BMW. Then
that was an honest mistake, Felipe.
Common mistake. Dice, ese es un error común.
I'm joking.
I know.
You're absolutely correct. And I think the one exception we might one day consider, maybe one day, is Porsche. This is part of the family for me. This is part of the Volkswagen Group family. A few of us here have had old air-cooled 911s and Boxsters. So we have a passion for that as well. So maybe that would be the same. But you're exactly right. Customers move to different cars. But I think for us, this is why we have the RS5 here. This is an alternative to an M3 for a customer who has a Golf GTI to a Golf R to an Audi S3 to an Audi RS5 to an Audi R8 or a 911. So maybe we look at Porsche one day. But you know what I say? When we finished every single product on every single Volkswagen Group car, then we will look at Porsche.
Perfect.
But not before.
Well, I love that because and here our people is commenting, and you cannot be the best in all. That's why our people is saying, because on my live sessions I always say that about brands, regarding brands that make everything for every car.
Yes,
that's for me, it's not a good brand, because you can't be the best in everything. You have to choose some things and get all your R&D and money and brains on those, and then you are going to be the best.
Yes, but only when you finish that completely, go and try something else. I believe that very strongly. Exactly. Like you say, that we should aim to be, we want to aim to be the very, very best at what we do, not to do everything to okay standard.
Exactly. Bueno, le pregunto por irse a otras marcas, me dijo que no. Me dijo que tal vez cuando terminen el desarrollo, sean los más capos en Audi y Volkswagen, podrían mirar Porsche, y solo porque son parte del grupo, pero comparten esta idea de que vas a bajar la calidad o no vas a ser el mejor en todo si te pones a picar en muchas cosas. We have some questions here regarding the GTI Mark 8. Here said, what do you expect from that version? Is it a real upgrade from the Mark 7?
Very good question. So the first thing, we have our first Golf 8 GTI. I hope in 2 weeks we have our first car ourselves. We are buying it from Switzerland, where the cars are just being launched. So first thing is, in 2 weeks' time, I will come back and tell you whether it's a good car or not. So.
Bueno, le pregunté lo que nos dice Motorworks. Agradezco a Motorworks por su apoyo, por estar compartiendo con nosotros y por supuesto por aportar con preguntas muy interesantes. Nos dicen que recién agarraron un GTI MK8 desde Suiza, y en un par de semanas van a haber ya hecho las pruebas y empezar el desarrollo para ese auto. Así que nos dice que en 2 semanas nos puede dar feedback. So we're going to schedule a live session in 2 more weeks for that.
Yes. So we have already, our engineer and Matt, our technical director, have already visited Germany to drive Golf 8, not GTI, but when it first came. And it's interesting, the car is very, very similar underneath to a Golf 7.
Well, I'm a proud owner of the last good-looking Golf with a combustion engine, I think. I have the MK7 Golden R.
Yes, yes. And yours 7.5, yes?
7.5.
Yes. I have a 7R and yours is better.
Yeah.
Better color. But I think Mark 8 GTI and Mark 8R, I think they will be good cars. I think we will all like them. When we see them, I think they look good. They look fresh. They look like a good update. And because all of our performance parts, I think now, for all of the market, as we said at the beginning, thousands to choose from, I think for us enthusiasts, there'll be lots of good things we can do with the Mark 8 Golf.
Bueno, dice que es muy similar el MK8 al MK7, pero que se ve más fresco, se ve más renovado. Hicieron algunas pruebas y mandaron a los ingenieros a Alemania cuando sacaron el Golf, no el GTI. Por lo tanto, ya tienen algunas nociones de cómo viene y cree que va a ser un buen auto. Anything else about MK Mark 8?
Mark 8? Well, we will just, I think we're waiting for 2 weeks now till we see the car for real. I think because it is going to be so similar underneath to Mark 7, I think very, very quickly there will be so many choices for enthusiasts to modify their Golf 8 that it will become a popular car again.
Dice que tiene muchas cosas similares, va a ser un buen auto y va a ser popular igual. Sam, to start ending this conversation, I know you have some tight schedule and you're short on time. What do you think, or what do you know about Latin America? What are the plans with Racingline regarding Latin America? Do you have any ideas, any plan? And
it's a market that we really, really want to do more with. I think because we are quite a young company, maybe only 6 years old of doing these parts, we have had to grow where the markets are easy for us and the language is the same for us. Things that make it easy, so Australia, Europe, and USA have been quite easy for us to start to grow and develop. But it's much harder in markets like South America. But you guys do such good modifications and such a car culture, is my impression. And we have seen our sales in South America grow a lot, that I think we have a lot of potential there with the right partners. Exactly. With the right partners, I really hope we can keep to grow. If we're ever allowed to travel again, we will come to visit.
Bueno, le pregunto por planes de Latinoamérica, qué sabe, qué conoce y cómo ve Latinoamérica. Nos comenta que Racingline es una empresa joven, que como nos contaba la historia, hace 10 años partió haciendo estas piezas para potenciar, saliendo del tema del equipo de carreras, y ya hace 6 años está vendiendo a otros países, en otros mercados. Nos dice que es más fácil para ellos abrir mercados de habla inglesa. Por lo tanto, en Latinoamérica es un poco más complejo, pero un mercado que les interesa mucho y lo quieren conocer un poco más, y que con los partners adecuados ellos esperan crecer. Por eso yo le hago así, porque right partners. Yeah. So when are you coming to Chile?
When can we travel?
Oh, yes. Silly question.
Yeah. So I promise as soon as we can travel, Felipe, you need to tell us when there is a good show in Chile.
You need to wear your mask and then you can travel.
We can't, we have to quarantine when we come back. So
yeah, I know.
It's very difficult.
Yeah,
but we would love to come. We would love to see a car show in Chile. We would love to. So as soon as we can travel, it would be great to meet you, meet some of our dealers and some of our friends and customers there.
Perfect. Chiquillos, ¿alguna otra pregunta? Ya estamos terminando un poco la entrevista. Nos quedan unos 5 minutos. How is the factory recovering from quarantine and COVID? Because you were closed, you have some items already out of stock because your providers are already closed or delayed. How is the company recovering from that?
It's all good. It's been a difficult 6 months, I guess. 6 months.
Yeah.
We never completely closed. We always had orders coming all the way through lockdown. Incredibly, we had some of our best months of sales ever in lockdown, because I think a lot of people were sitting at home playing on the internet and choosing car
Yeah.
So in fact, all through lockdown, all through the early months of the virus, we were having very, very good sales. We always carry good inventory here, so we could keep on selling. Now, the problem then came a little bit later when, like you say, coming through from some of our suppliers and partners, then supply went slower. So we still have 3 or 4 products that are delayed, but almost everything is just about back to normal.
Like the intake hose.
Intake hose is our biggest problem. Can you believe?
Yeah, I need those.
Yeah, black ones, huh?
Yeah, and blue ones. Yeah, we need tons of those.
The first new deliveries are coming this week, I think, or maybe next week, very soon.
Hopefully.
That's our last big problem.
Bueno, le pregunto cómo se la han visto como fábrica, como marca, con el COVID, con el coronavirus, porque tuvieron que de repente cerrar, algunos proveedores de ellos también han tenido que cerrar, y nos dice que si bien nunca cerraron, han sido 6-8 meses complicados, pero les ha ido bastante bien en las ventas, porque la gente encerrada en su casa ha tenido más tiempo para buscar en internet y comprar online. Pero aún tiene un par de productos como los intake hose que están un poco atrasados. Así que eso sería. Sam, anything else you would like to share?
I think I just want to say thank you to everybody in Chile, in Latin America, for starting to sort of recognize our brand and buy our products and sell our products. It's so important to us and so exciting for us to see some recognition coming in from customers and dealers in Latin America, thanks to guys like you, Felipe.
Bueno, le agradece a toda la gente en Chile y en Latinoamérica que están ya conociendo su marca y que la están haciendo un poco crecer. Sam, I would like to ask you how or who came out with this?
This was our design engineer, Simon.
Yeah, that's I'm asking because as I said, this is not a regular aftermarket or performance brand. You think out of the box, things like this. Yeah. This is really high quality. The same of these ones. And take a look what arrived yesterday. I'm so excited with this. The boxing and all the packaging, it's awesome. I would like to share with all the audience also these beauties, these babies.
Yeah, the droplings.
The droplings. So this is a good example of how specialized is this company, because there are some companies who offer drop links or end links, but Racingline offer two kinds. If you are tracking your car or you are only using out the street. So ahí hay un ejemplo. Estos son los drop links que yo he hablado de esto en los lives para la suspensión. Hay muchas empresas que te ofrecen este producto, los end links o drop links, pero Racingline te ofrece 2 porque llega a tal detalle, so detailed and so looking for the best performance possible for both sides, street use or track use.
And with these, we have done tens and tens of thousands of kilometers testing for road and race. So, you know, on track, this is so important that a part like this will also last. It's very, very easy to have low quality joints that are nice and cheap, maybe made in China. Lots of them out there. We, of course, look at a lot of other products. We buy a lot of other people's products to look. That's, again, one of the differences. These have done tens and tens of thousands of kilometers, including in English winter, which is a very bad thing, just to prove that the joints are the quality that are better than factory, you know, no worse than factory.
Nos dice que muchos kilómetros se recorrieron para testear y desarrollar esta pieza. Los joints, las uniones, son clave y tienen que ser de muy buena calidad. Dice que las piezas chinas por ahí que muchos venden no tienen esta calidad, no duran tanto y eso es lo que hace la diferencia eh, con Racingline. We have some people here chatting with us, and we have a special guy who always asks weird things to our guest, like this. He says, "It's Alex." He says, "Some gift for us?" Question mark.
Wow.
And
When we come to visit,
perfect.
we can bring some nice clothes, huh?
Perfect. I would love those. Hey, check this out.
Yes.
We are Racingline today. And Motorworks says, "Thank you, Sam. Please keep supplying happiness to us, the VAG people."
Thank you.
How cool is that?
That's just perfect. Y finalmente la próxima vez hablamos en español, ¿eh?
Oh my God. Did you hear that? Well,
solo un poquito, pero me falta práctica, huh?
Well, you have 2 more weeks to improve your Spanish and give us a complete report of the Mark 8, but in Spanish. How's that?
Muy bien.
Well, if there are no more questions, thank you very much for your time, Sam. It's been a pleasure talking to you again. It's a pleasure also to share these beautiful products and to improve the performance of our cars with this kind of products. So thank you.
Gracias a todos.
Gracias a todos, dice Sam. And hope to see you soon, to talk to you soon, and to have you here in our office, in our facilities very soon.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Bueno, eso ha sido nuestro live con Sam Roach directo desde UK. Así que nos vemos en otro live. Tenemos mañana. We have a live tomorrow, but you won't be there because it's 9 in the night, 9:21. So, nos vemos, muchachos. Hasta un próximo en vivo. Muchas gracias.